Maybe we should talk into some of the incredible things Club WPT Gold has been doing with content. Ayo!
Very good.
Can we just cut this out?
Yeah, all right.
Today we're finally talking about the poker drama. I'm here with the council. We have Ethan, Brad, and Nikki. Today we're gonna talk about the big question. Is poker content dead, guys?
It just might be.
YouTube's doing its best to kill it, that's for sure.
That's what I've heard. That's why I don't make poker content.
For those of you who don't know, about 6 months ago, this conversation started. It was really heated on Twitter. We had Dustin Yanati, and he was a producer, or who was he?
He's the CEO of Artisans on Fire, which is a production company, I guess, located here in Vegas, and they work a lot in the poker industry.
Yeah, and just to give you guys some context, he said, I'm about to alienate the entire poker industry with what I'm going to say, but someone needs to point out that we've been telling the wrong story for 20 years. The evidence is undeniable. The solution is uncomfortable. The poker content industry is creatively bankrupt and I'm done pretending otherwise. While other games turn niche audiences into a global phenomenon, we're cycling formulas for the same shrinking pool of viewers. Wrestling is scripted.
We were all confused. This isn't real.
Chess is silent. Golf is slow. All three are Netflix sensations worth hundreds of millions. Chess got super lucky with Queen's Gambit. The chess world did nothing about that. We just caught lightning in a bottle. But going back to it, poker, where people literally risk their life savings while engaging in psychological warfare, can barely crack 250K YouTube views. You guys can crack more than that. This shouldn't be possible, but it is. In general, do you guys agree with what he's saying? Let's start with Nikki.
To a degree, I think that poker could have another, like a Queen's Gambit of poker, if you will. But I don't know. A lot of people have said this, but they don't have the solution. Maybe it's a female lead that's like on drugs and is in a orphanage, and then she learns how to play poker from a janitor. Maybe that would do it.
Do you volunteer?
I'll do it. I'll be the lead. You guys have to supply the drugs.
Fair.
Happy to. Happy to support your drugs and orphanage.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't have any real issue with the things that he said. It would be great if people were more creative in the space, but I've done, a lot better telling my story. I think the poker vlogs have done a lot to help grow the game. I'm averaging more than 250K views. So, I don't know.
Who do you think's the most creative in the poker space?
Probably guys that don't get enough credit, guys that should have more views. I think that Jamin Burton is somebody who comes to mind with how much effort he puts into his videos.
What's an example that he's done that's really creative?
Like, he does a lot of cartoon stuff that's like really funny and entertaining. I like that. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of guys who are really good. Frankie comes to mind.
Frankie is like number one on my list. It does really well with poker content, and he's just like a YouTuber for poker versus a lot of most creators are poker players first, then YouTube or content creators. And then like Frankie and Corey do a good job with storytelling and trying to like have potential to have viral videos that perform quite well.
300,000. That would change my life. I could literally go to Texas and buy a house. Come on!
Dustin tweeted this, and then later he worked on a poker documentary. In the first 3 days, he didn't crack 250K views. Honestly, like for a regular video, 100K views is pretty well. He just really talked it up. Did any of you guys see the documentary before it got pulled?
I didn't, but also I'm just looking at that title. That's a terrible title for SEO and algorithm. I don't know. Like, I think kind of if you're gonna hype something that much and like have like that much bravado about it, I would at least look at like thumbnails and titling if YouTube's the platform to post that on. And just from that alone, I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna crack.
Well, unfortunately, that is a big part of the game, the packaging. It's honestly
huge.
My least favorite part because you put in dozens of hours trying to make the best video you can, and then a lot of how well your video performs is based on how good the thumbnail is and how good the title is, which I take like 5 minutes total.
Yeah, it's like first impressions. Titles, thumbnails are really good, and like the first 15 seconds of a video is also the most important. And it's just how much can you hook and capture the attention of someone like clicking on this video. You have to earn that click.
Yeah, some of the top creators actually say they work backwards and come up with the thumbnails and titles first.
That's
and then,
what I did.
Yeah, and that's smart. I mean, that's just how you work the game. It's part of the game. It's a business, and so if you're gonna launch it on that platform in particular, I think I would have done a little bit more research before launching it and saying that we're gonna crack 250,000 views. But that being said, the documentary itself, I didn't watch it. But if it was for a Netflix, then you wouldn't necessarily need to worry that much about the thumbnail and title. That just sticks out to me.
I watched some of it and I liked it, to be honest with you. I thought it was like cool to have some sort of, I guess you get behind the scenes footage with DNegs and then some other players, and you get inside
like the
access to
banana
some
scene?
degree. But him eating a banana?
Yeah.
Yes, I think he's very talented at putting things in his mouth, and
Did you like the hot dog scene?
another great display of talent of eating and shoving and deep throating. So good for DNegs.
Okay.
Wow.
And this only got 107,000 views.
So it got 107,000 and then it shot up really quickly. I have heard some rumors that, you know what? I don't know if I should say anything here.
You got to. You got to.
I have heard some rumors that there was like paid advertising views, which is honestly really common for a lot of these big companies, and you can tell because if there's a small amount of thumbs up and comments and the views just shoot up, it's usually
Well,
not a fit.
I think if you put out a tweet like that,
yeah.
and then you don't crack 250,
I
you're
would
pretty
pay advertisers
incentivized
too, yeah.
to not look like such a fool. But
Yeah. Which again though, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I'm sure the content itself was good, but it's just you have to package it specifically for the platform, like you
yeah.
said.
Also, this 107K views, this seemed legitimate after the first 3 days. It shot up after that, to be fair.
Yeah,
So-
no, these 100K views seemed good. And I think for the first episode with such a horrible title, that's actually a good amount of views. Like with
Yeah.
how... I wonder if this person has posted on YouTube before, if they actively thought this was an acceptable title. But anyway,
You should have seen the thumbnail. It's even worse than the title, actually, I think. I think the entire packaging is, the
Yeah.
thumbnails are the worst part. But hey, you know what? 107K views is pretty solid.
that's
for
what
such a high effort thing.
that's what I mean. 100K views is solid for the thumbnail and title.
In this niche, like 100,
Yeah,
especially for like an hour-long video.
Maybe is it an hour-long video? Because the longer form ones, if they have like higher average view duration, they do tend to do well over the long run and keep accumulating views. So there's things that they could have done to clear that 250K mark legitimately, it seems like.
It's a shame that there's no long run because it doesn't exist anymore.
And the reason it doesn't exist anymore is because they did do some AI creative takes where some of the people involved, like Alan Keating, who tweeted about it and later deleted it, they put words in his mouth that he didn't say. And from what I understand, it was really minor changes, which as a YouTuber, I actually think sort of makes sense. Like you can't refilm something and you want it to be more punchy, but you should at least get approval from who
I
you're
think that was the
working
big
with.
thing. Yeah, there was like 3 or 4 different segments and quotes that he didn't say, but were like somewhat summarized, not 100% succinct, but it seemed quite minor.
Can we say they did try to innovate because they used something different to AI?
Yeah, that's fair.
They're trying new things.
They're trying new things.
They should have AI'd the thumbnail and title.
They should have. They really should have.
I honestly, I'm not that articulate, and so when I do interviews, I'll say and different things. Chad Holloway had a good point, and he says that he just edits all that stuff out, which it seems like is kind of what happened here. If the message is still the same, I don't mind too much if things are slightly altered, but
I think it's different because editing ums and likes and stuff, I can understand that. But I think they actually had Keating say words he didn't say. He said something about liking to stack people in tournaments, and they were like, made him say, "I like to rip their heads off" or something like that.
That's
It
too
was
far.
completely different.
yeah, that's over the line if the messaging is different. And I think some tournament players have kind of not taken kindly to some of the things Keating has already said.
Although to be contrarian, from just a content brain, I want to rip their heads off is way more entertaining.
Well, that's
You
why
just
they
need-
did it.
So, like, I actually think maybe he did have a great content brain for this. If he would have gotten approval, who knows? Maybe like those videos would have popped off.
Yeah,
Approval,
like,
sure.
the approval is a good thing. You just need to like hey, we're just gonna like make you say this via AI. And
I mean,
then,
you should see what I'm making you guys say with this video.
when is this video over? I really need to go pee pee poo poo.
I think the approval point is really big though, because if they're changing something, it's like, oh, it's just minor, but it destroys the trust, because if I caught that minor thing, like what major things are you doing that I didn't give approval for? I think that's where it struck a nerve with people.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should talk into some of the incredible things Club WPT Gold has been doing with content. So,
can I tell you how many people thought this was me? Like so many, even in our own team, even people in this room thought this was me. Which fine, I'm glad you guys think I can.
Should we AI her face as you?
Yeah.
Should we just post another
Just do a
one
deep
with
fake?
your face? Yeah, exactly.
And then I'll post like I did not give permission for WPT to use AI
so
my image.
Speaking of getting views, do you think doing things like this, we should be or doing it or not?
I see. It seems like it got a lot of attention. Shout out to Sashimi for posting this.
I mean,
on her
half
story.
of those views were you replaying it.
So the original didn't get this many views at first, and neither did our repost until it was brought into a controversial limelight by another creator.
Yeah, so what I didn't realize when I saw this post was that Sashimi initially posted it, and we saved that video and then did this little tagline instead of repost it with a tagline. I actually think that makes a difference. Like if you're commenting on something people are already doing in the space and you're memeing it versus it seeming like you're doing the content yourself.
I think maybe that's what people were upset. I don't know why anyone's upset really, because it's just like reposting someone else's content essentially. But because it was an Instagram story then put into a brand new platform on Twitter where no one saw, I guess then people thought that there was an issue with it.
I don't think that the poker world really gives a shit about a lot of stuff that happens in the poker space, but like every couple weeks there's something that everybody just has to pile in on, give their opinion on. Right now it's Nadia's post on WSOP and talking about that, like
complaining about the overall experience because of the registration and like the structure and the experience of like the hotel is bad, the service is bad, everything is relatively bad about Bahamas, which is if you're in the poker world and been to Bahamas before, that is the expectation.
Yeah.
And what you would expect to be there for, because service is bad in Bahamas compared to like Vegas or in the States or something.
But the buy-ins are just super high, and so a lot of people, lost 6 or 7 figures, and I think that
it's also part of the expectation. Yeah. They have the structure, they have the schedule, and everything's a high roller.
You make your own choices. So you don't have to buy in 3, 5, 11 times.
Okay, so you think this was just like another example of what poker people are piling on, or do you think Abby had a point where she's saying Club WPT Gold is demeaning women?
As a male, I don't know like what I can say to like add to this conversation, because I have a very different perspective, because I am very nonchalant about everything. So I see this as content, and it did well, and it got a lot of, I guess that's the whole point of content, right? Is to just rile up some feathers and be polarizing, and that's what performs the best. It's not like everyone loves like Logan Paul or Bryce Hall or something. Like they're all part of some random drama and clickbait stuff that gets attention and views, and people care and get people upset. Like I'd be here.
Do you feel like this was what did she say? Demeaning to women?
I don't know how this is.
I could see, okay, I will say, just to play devil's advocate, I could see both ways, okay? Like, when I first saw it posted, I was like, it was a little jarring, okay, a little jarring, but that being said, like, after, when you watch it, it's like, okay, well, this girl is an adult, she did it, and she is having fun with her friends, like, she's having fun, like, just because it was jarring for seeing it, like, and being like, oh no, like, GTO players took this from us, like, or what are they trying to say with that? At first I was like, oh my gosh, is this a frat house? And then I looked at it more and I was like, it's just a joke. It's like not, I don't know. I think if everyone has permission in the video, like she's consenting to twerking. She looks like she's having fun. Her friends look like they're having fun. They're having like a Friendsgiving home game. It's not even our video. It was Sashimi's video, Sashimi's friends. And then we made a commentary joke on it. Is it my sense of humor? Not particularly, but is it like demeaning to women? I don't think so.
One of the craziest facts I learned today from someone behind the scenes was this was actually at a gay women Friendsgiving, and actually everyone in the video is female.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like.
I thought when I first saw it, I thought it was like one of those NBA home games that have recently gotten in trouble.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, this isn't, you do see stuff like this in home games. There's like topless dealers sometimes. I don't play home games at all, but
just from word of mouth, right?
I mean, seriously, from word of mouth, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
understood.
like not crazy. The thing is that
It's not gonna be in your
the
newest
social
vlog.
team is like trying to do things to get a lot of clicks and a lot of attention, and they're catering to like a 90+% male audience. Like this picture, imagine if you just had that on a thumbnail for a YouTube video, it would just absolutely crush.
Crush.
I mean, what do you think we're doing with the thumbnail of this video?
Yeah.
Are we having a twerk contest for signups or something?
Yeah, that was the last thing on.
All right,
Great.
let's see it,
Perfect. Yeah.
Let's see how you shake that ass.
Don't tempt me.
I'm tempting you now. I dare you.
No, seriously, don't.
Say it, throw it down.
Heyo!
There we go.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let us know what you think in the comments, and please don't forget to rank his twerking out of 10.